How does Hedgeye's macro cautious stance on the consumer affect the gaming stocks specifically?
Yeah, so again, Macau, not really, but domestically, absolutely. We found historically that housing prices were the #1 macro driver of gaming revenues. So there was a period in 99 and 2000 where we were in a recession and the gaming companies actually did quite well, and people made the claim that gaming was immune to cyclical downturns, right? Well, it turns out that housing prices continued to go up during that recession. Yeah. So it was more housing prices were driving gaming revenue. So now we know it's highly cyclical. It is tied to unemployment, GDP, but housing prices tend to dominate. So housing prices still look like they're holding up. I expect gaming revenues to hold up. Again, if we go in a recession, all bets are off. But what we found is really interesting. If you go back and look at the Great Recession, you had one of the worst performing housing markets was the Las Vegas metro area. And the worst performing gaming market was the Las Vegas locals market. So that's off the strip. We're talking about a market that's designed for people who live in Las Vegas, not people who are flying in. And that market got absolutely crushed. So very, very much tied to housing, whereas you looked at some of the places in the Midwest, definitely got hurt by the Great Recession, but not nearly to the impact of Las Vegas locals. So we did a piece about a month ago where we said, all right, let's go through all the housing stuff in Las Vegas locals, because we tend to think that this market could actually outperform. And sure enough, the housing factors look pretty good. You've got the wealth effect. Housing prices have been rising. People are feeling better. So even when you see some bad economic data, people worried about unemployment, the locals market tends to plow through that. Now, if it gets really bad, that's a different story. So the way to play that, in our opinion, has been Boyd Gaming, which is the second largest operator in the Las Vegas locals, behind Station Casinos, which is a private company, soon to be public, but you can't really invest in that one. So Boyd's been a big horse of ours, although we do remain a little bit concerned about the overall economy and how that affects some of their other properties.